Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. It is once again time for the Sunday Sum Up, and while this week is arguably lighter than some past weeks, it's still full of problematic content, which begins with the following. Apparently, new cell phone footage emerged in the case of Malcolm Johnson, a black man who was shot by police. He was apprehended in a convenience store in Kansas City, and he was shot by the cops. Originally, they said that it was because he had tried to shoot one of the officers. Well, new cell phone video evidence challenges this narrative. Kansas City police officer shoots fellow cop when intending to shoot an apprehended suspect named Malcolm Johnson. She then incorrectly thinks the gunshot came from the suspect shooting and proceeds to shoot him 2 times. KCPD tried to cover this up until video showing the incident was released. So, first off, a cab. Second of all, a cover-up to just try and once again hide police incompetence. And third, the original officer that, fired the first shot clearly had intent to kill. And then that caused the other cop, oh, that's the suspect, gotta shoot them too. And you'll see that there are multiple cops on Malcolm Johnson. You'd think that with all those cops, you couldn't manage to apprehend him safely. Really, someone had to reach for a gun when there's at least 4, if not 6 other officers present? It is a problem, and I am so tired of having to talk about it and see people die unnecessarily in police custody. Like I said, we're only just getting started. In slightly lighter news, because the story has a bit of a happy ending, there was this incident, I'm sure some people have seen it already, of a boat bursting into flames after its passengers allegedly harassed a group flying LGBTQ pride flags. So this one person who was with their family out on the water, just having a good day, celebrating Pride, they were flying, pride flags off of their boat and were apparently harassed by other boaters in Moses Lake, Washington. They were racing around them, shouting gay slurs. You can see in the video that one of them tries to flip them off. But then the boat, goes off. They hear some sputtering, and then eventually a loud bang. Smoke starts rising from the boat, and eventually the boat goes up in flames. And these gay people need to go and rescue the bigots who were jeering them and insulting them. Hats off to them for showing that kindness, because that's a true act of goodwill right there. And one would hope that maybe those people in the boat might have had pause to think, maybe I'm in the wrong here. But according to the boater, no, they were still very much, against them. Who knows if they even said thank you. It's still bad. And that's really the unfortunate angle here is while, karma definitely impacted the bigoted boat people. Okay, sure, great. But it's still really unfortunate that people minding their own business, celebrating Pride during Pride Month, had to be abused and harassed by bigots on the water while they were just trying to enjoy and live their lives peacefully. And then on top of that, having to go and rescue them and not being shown proper respect or thanks. Come on. And this unfortunately leads to our next terrible story. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis vetoes funds for Pulse survivors 10 days before anniversary of massacre. So, yeah, notorious shitheel and sack of sentient human garbage, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, decided that now would be a great time during Pride Month to not compensate the victims of a hate crime at the infamous Pulse nightclub shooting. He made numerous additional budget cuts to programs meant to serve the LGBTQ community in the state. So, yeah, very much a problem. But unfortunately, he's a Republican, so not unexpected, sadly. But it just really lets you know where their priorities lie, right? No, we're not actually going to help people who are recovering from trauma from a hate crime experience. No, it's all about the money and the budget, which is why no doubt all my friends are going to get massive kickbacks and tax cuts. And I mean, it's Florida and it's led by DeSantis, so it's a terrible time. Bringing it back to the cops for a second, there was this truly infuriating story I saw earlier this morning. Apparently, according to NBC, an Alabama law enforcement unit gave a violent abuser and former police officer his gun back simply because he texted and asked for it. And yet there was an active protection order against him. This guy then used this gun after he got it back to kill his wife 2 weeks later. What does that say about police obeying their own laws? This guy had a protective order against him. It was clear in the wake of a violent domestic abuse situation that he was a threat, and that's why they took his gun away. But then he asks for it back, like, yeah, you know what? Sure, thin blue line, right? An innocent woman is dead because of police incompetence. The police keep us safe. Yeah, tell that to all the innocent people who die at their hands. Oh, and the final cherry on top today? The Arctic reached above freezing. If there's any theme here today, I would say it's that cops do not keep us safe. They are actually active threats to us and community safety. They are also grossly incompetent. And it's also that even during Pride Month, the one time of the year where the LGBTQ community can feel noticed and appreciated and have their own time to themselves to be who they truly are, still have to face discrimination. Who's that, like, racist, fascist idiot, Paul Joseph Watson or something like that? And he said that, oh yes, you know, the LGBTQ community, it's so oppressed. That's why all these corporations are supporting them and blah, 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 blah. I'm a very intelligent person. And yet, right here, you have instances of people who identify as lesbian, gay, trans, bisexual, pansexual, asexual, two gender, etc. You have so many instances of them continuing to face discrimination, either from bigoted people just out in the wild, out in public, or from their own political leaders who are supposed to support all their citizens, whether they agree with them or not. And again, I will remind people that currently there are still about 100 bills in 33 states targeting trans people, specifically trans youth, and just the LGBTQ community in general. And the cops are part of the structure that keeps them down. It's why lots of people have asked that cops not be at Pride, considering the first Pride was a riot. It is a sad and unfortunate reminder that in terms of minority rights and against police brutality and just the police state in general, we still have a massive mountain to climb. And yet, unfortunately, there are people out there who don't recognize that it even exists. They think it is just a flat open plain when really there is a Mount Everest ahead of us. But people can't see that because their eyes are so focused on their own navels that they can't see the bigger picture and the bigger problems that are plaguing society. And like I said, you know, just the entire Arctic being above freezing today, that's just a footnote on all these other terrible tragedies that happened over the course of this past week. The fact that this is the situation where, oh yeah, the Arctic melting and being above freezing is a footnote amidst police brutality and anti-LGBTQ bigotry is definitely a problem, and it's definitely what's bothering me today.